Hello guys, this video, I'll be doing a short tutorial on how to make a waypoint system. So I'm gonna be using this character from my game, Steal a Dexter, for example. It just has to be a rig. It doesn't have to be a whole main character. It could just be like a basic rig, and yeah, it could just be like a rig. Doesn't have to be anything like this. It just could be a rig. I'll show both off, but I'm gonna just leave that one in the back. Actually, I'm gonna leave this one in the background. But yeah, so inside of, well, first we gotta actually set up our path. So let's just make this path. I'm gonna make it 4, actually 6. And then make sure they're both anchored. Make sure it's all anchored. I'm gonna group them into a folder so it's a little bit more organized. You always want to be organized. Oops, I just unioned it. I kind of forgot how to folder. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna just name this path. The reason you probably don't want to group it, so then you can still select it and change stuff instead of just selecting the whole thing as a group. Oops. So now I'm gonna just mess with this a little. I'm gonna make that go down. Oh yeah. And then, ooh, wait. Okay. And I'll just make that the final one. So we got all our paths. Let's make our waypoint. So I'll just make it 2 by 1 by 2. Put that at the end here. I'll make it red and then I'll make it 0.5 transparency. I'll name it waypoint. And then can't collide off and anchored on. So inside of our rig, I'm going to make a script. And pretty much, this will, let's remove the animate script from our rig. But then we could get our character will be script.parent. And then we want to get the humanoid root part, so it would be the car, wait for child, humanoid. And then we could do move to workspace dot waypoint dot position. We want to do position because then it will move to the position. But if we play, we can see he does not follow the path we made. He just walks. Well, the reason I set up this path, in my opinion, it kind of looks like a tower defense simulator. But this was just to show like the turns. Pretty sure there's a much easier way than doing this than setting up invisible walls. Because you could do that, set up invisible walls, and then make itself a way around the walls, but like, that's too tricky. What if we could do this way easier? And I'll also show how to do animations. So, delete this. We have to make a waypoint for everyone. So group this waypoint into a folder and move it at the first turn. We'll name this 1. And this, for each turn, make a new one and add a 1 to the number. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this will be the final destination, which will be 7. Now, once we get to the final waypoint, we can either make it play idle animation or destroy. So, first we'll do destroy mode. Let's get the, we gotta name the folder that these are in to waypoints. So, let's name them waypoints. Then local waypoints or equals script, workspace, wait for child, waypoints. I don't know why I spelled that with uppercase P. Doesn't need to be. So now, we're gonna use a for loop. So waypoint, not points, but that will equal 1. And then we'll just do, we want to get the amount of, instead of just counting through each one, we can get the number that is in here automatically. So if we put a hashtag, it will get the numbers, and then we can get the children. So the number of children of the waypoints. And then we could, AI, the Roblox AI pretty much helped me, but I'm gonna do it myself so you guys can learn. So we can get we can tell it to move to inside of the waypoints folder, we want to find the waypoint and then the position of it. So pretty much what this is doing, these 2 square brackets, is it's taking the waypoint folder. So pretty much waypoint is equal to 1 right now, but it will, each time that it goes there, I'm pretty sure it will add a number to that. So like it will be 2, so then it will go for number 2. So after that, we could dot humanoid dot finished move to finished dot wait. Wait, there we go. So that should be right. If we run the game, our rig goes here and stops. So there's a problem, and I don't know what this problem is. Here, so we got it finished. Oh, wait. Oh, we gotta do it like that. Okay. So, there we go. So now, it goes to each one. And once it makes it to the last one, it just stops. But let's say you're making a tower defense game. You just want it to get rid of the character. So you would just do, after this statement, you would do destroy. So now if you run, it will stay, but once it hits that final one, it should destroy. Yep. But let's say we want animations. So I'm gonna drag our script into Dexter. Well, the character that I already have animations for. So instead of destroying the rig, well, let's just test. See? The script still works. But for animations, we want to add an animation. Let's name it the walk. And, oops, toolbox. And there's my Dexter walk. So copy the asset ID of your animation and paste it in. Now you should be good to use it. Now you want to come up here and go local walk and equals. Also for beginners, the local, this part doesn't have to be the same name as like this, the name of the thing you're. This is just like an easier variable for this. So this is getting the parent of the script, which is the my Dexter rig. So that was something a lot of beginners are stuck on. And then we'll load the animation through the humanoid. And we're loading script, wait for child, walk. So then we'll just walk, animation, play. We'll just play the animation. See? Don't mind my animating skills, but he's playing his animations. So he's not just like T-posing. But if he comes here, he's still doing that. We could just stop the animation. Sorry. We could just stop the animation, but that won't look that good. So, how we could actually do this is, see, he just T-poses. We could actually just do idle animation. So add a new animation to the script and get your animation you want. I already have an idle animation, so then paste it there. Also, don't mind that I sound like this, I'm sick. And then you could do idle. Oh wait, no. Just copy this. Paste it. Name this idle. And then do idle. And then idle animation. And then we'll play that. And boom. This is your fully working script. You have a full working waypoint system with working animations, walk and idle animation. Now, it is very easy to implement some things. So, do what you want with this. I accidentally made it too high, but yeah, do what you want with this. You could do a whole lot. But this is pretty much all for today's video. Bye guys.